What's up everybody? My name is Dani Sco and today I am coming to you with another vegan recipe. I'm super excited to tell you about this because it's about Thanksgiving time and this can be a really great turkey alternative to your Thanksgiving meal. This one is actually going to be a coconut crusted tofu. And I tried it last night and it is freaking amazing! So it's going to be marinated in a soy sweet chili sauce and coated in panko breadcrumbs and coconut shredded flakes, and it's super awesome. But this has been marinating in soy sauce and sweet chili sauce, and this is the tofu that you kind of want to get like either firm or extra firm tofu just so it stays together a lot better. So this is kind of what you do with this. So you marinate your tofu for however long you can. Last night I only did it for like 30 minutes, but this one has been for like a whole day, so I'm sure it's like a lot more flavorful. But so you marinate it in the soy sauce and the sweet chili sauce, and then you move it over and you kind of coat it and batter it. So you're gonna tar and feather it. You're gonna coat it in sort of like a flour, cornstarch flour batter, and then you're gonna coat it in panko breadcrumbs and coconut flakes. And you're gonna fry it in olive oil and coconut oil. This is not a low-calorie dish. This is a super awesome, yummy Thanksgiving dish. First, we're gonna make the batter. We start with flour and cornstarch and a little bit of baking powder. 2 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, so just a little guy. Okay, so we have all our dry ingredients together. We have the flour, the cornstarch, and the baking powder. And now we're gonna add just a little bit of water, about 3 to 4 tablespoons, just to mix it up. You kind of want this to be like pancake batter. The more battery it is, the better the coconut and the breadcrumbs will stick. So remember that as you're making your batter. And you wanna whisk it together and make it nice and battery. So judging by how much like dry ingredients I put in there, you actually wanna add about 1/4 cup of water. But you know, play with it, you guys. So if you add too much water, add a little bit more dry ingredients, and if you add a little too much dry ingredients, add a little more water. Okay, so this consistency is probably more similar to what you want. Similar to pancake batter, so you want to coat it, but not like glop it on there so it's like super, just like super battery. But you do want to get a nice coat on there so everything sticks and fries up nice. So next up is to make the breadcrumb and coconut shredded flakes mixture. And I actually have the oil heating up in the pan already, so as soon as this is done, we can coat it and then coat it again and then fry it up. Okay, so for your dry ingredients in your batter mixture, we're gonna do breadcrumbs and we're gonna do shredded coconut flakes. So you wanna do about, I don't know, about a half a cup of this to about a cup of coconut flakes. So we're gonna do, this is a half cup scooper, so we're gonna do a half cup and then a whole cup of these shredded coconut flakes. So double up the coconut flakes. And as you mix all your tofu in here, you're probably gonna need to add a little bit more of this mixture because it does go really quick and sometimes it does like clump up pretty quickly too. So just be wary of that as you're mixing it. So I'm actually gonna just go ahead and add a little bit more of each, just so I don't have to mix it again. Okay, so now it's time for the fun part of the coconut crusted tofu. So if you've been marinating this, a good idea to do is to flip it upside down so all the juices go to all of the tofu. So that's what I've been kind of doing periodically, is flipping it over so that all the juice runs down. But, so now what we're going to do, I cut all of the tofu into little blocks about this size. Because this is really easy for frying, and it makes, sometimes like when the tofu is mushy on the inside, it really doesn't taste that good. So this ensures that it kind of cooks all the way through and gets it nice and cooked all the way through. So first we're going to batter it. Just roll it around in the batter. Make sure it gets all nice and covered. And then the breadcrumbs. And actually I'm going to do this to about 6 of them before I put them in the hot oil because I want them to all cook evenly, and if I start adding one at a time now, they won't cook as evenly. So I'm going to do that like 6 more times, and then I'll show you what it looks like in the pan. Okay, so when you're making the tofu, you want to make sure that the oil is nice and sizzling hot. If it doesn't sizzle when you put your stuff in, it's not hot enough yet. Okay, so these are about halfway down on this side. So you really want these to be like super crispy golden brown. That's how they taste the best. When they're just a little bit cooked the way they are now, the tofu isn't as like chewy as you would like it. It's probably still a little bit too mushy. If you like it mushy, that's great, but I would encourage you to keep cooking it a little bit longer because the crispiness is... And I would encourage you to cook them slowly all the way through, not crank the heat up and try to like fry them as fast as you can, but take your time and just cook them slowly all the way through. Check it, flip it, do what you need to do, but you want them to be nice and crispy like this on the outside. Trust me on that one. So to finish off the coconut crusted tofu, what you want to do is make sure both sides are very crispy golden brown. And once they are, take it off and put it on a paper towel because you want the paper towel to catch and absorb as much grease as possible so you don't eat the grease. And this is where the magic happens, not gonna lie. Okay, so for the finishing touch before you serve these, this is very important. What you want to do is add a little bit more coconut sugar. So go around to each one, add a little bit of coconut sugar, a little bit of pink salt for a sweet and salty touch. When they're done, you just let them sit and let them settle, and you serve them up. And actually the best way is with the sweet chili sauce or a barbecue sauce. So this, you want to just drizzle just right on top, and those are done.